talking about all this shit about I'm staying in the city, and I'm here not even an hour, and I'm like, yo, this space is unbeatable. You ain't gonna find this in Chicago.
I've been ballin', making plays on my cell phone. If I'm about money, I'ma hit you with the dial tone. Ballin' on these, I've been ballin', I've been jigging, I'ma get.
Welcome you to the Casa. That's how you say it, right?
La Casa.
The Casa.
I like it.
If you guys don't know, man, this is Ked, man. I call him Bitcoin Ked. Ked been rocking with the 120 Dreamers since what, 2020, 21?
Yeah, man, it's been, I want to say like 3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah, about 3 years.
It's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you over here, of course, you know, to I've been wanting to get you. It's been past due, you know, to get you, you know, an interview because, you know, you just now having your success story, his most recent success story, and then, but even before that, I want to touch on how you know, joined me and things like that, and then the success you had on your own too, because you say it ain't success, but I think it still is. You know, you withdrew a few times, you ran the account up a few times. Like I say, I think that's still success when it comes to trading. It just isn't consistent, which is okay, you know. So kind of introduce yourself, tell the people, you know, your journey a little bit with the Forex thing.
Well, my name is Kedward. Mike likes to call me Bitcoin Ked.
Yes, sir.
Me and Mike worked together before I joined in the 120 realm, right? So we used to work together, and I remember one time at work, he just started talking about what he does on the side, and he showed me MetaTrader 4. That's how you started. You showed me on your phone all these trades, and I had no idea what was going on, man. And then once you invited me to come join you at 120, I did that, and you know, we took the course. For me, I was always interested in the crypto side of it, right? I was like, man, I want to trade Bitcoin, because that was probably around the time when Bitcoin made that jump from like, I think it was floating, it made that jump up to like 11K that one year, and then it just kept going up, and everybody was trying to jump in on the wave, right? So I was like, I need to get on it. And Mike showed me how to get my live account set up, how to do all that stuff. And one thing about it is I should have been more diligent and trying to master it and learn it, as opposed to going in head first how I initially did. Because like he said, there was a couple times where I did make a good amount of money. I withdrew some, but it wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. And you know, with this trading thing, you can have one bad day and you think you don't know what you're doing. You can have one bad day and you lose your account and you get discouraged. But Mike has always been consistent in trying to keep me focused and level, and trying to encourage me even when I didn't think I could do it myself. So it's been years, and I've done challenges before, but it's the one where we
challenge, kind of walk them through the challenges. I think that'd be interesting for these guys to know that, like, you ain't just
for sure. No. I used to do the FTMO challenge. I think that's the one that the 120 group started off.
We did. That was the very first one.
That was the very first one, and I did like about, I want to say like 4 of them.
And those was $200,000 accounts.
Those were, the one, 3 of them were, what's it, 200,000?
I believe so.
I think so. So with the FTMO challenges, I did the 100K accounts, and prior to passing this Nova one, it was all me. I was trying to do it my way. I was trying to prove to myself that I could do it. And Mike was funny about it. Every time I did the challenge, Mike always offered himself to like help me out. He always offered himself, and yet me being hard-headed, I was like, no, I got it, I can do it. So I failed challenges after challenges. Like, I didn't get funded with FTMO. And like I said, if you go through a series of bad experiences, you're gonna get down, you're gonna get discouraged, you're gonna think that this isn't for you, that you can't do it. But the mentality, and that's one of the biggest things about trading, you have to have a strong mind. You have to be able to withstand the hits and know that you're gonna be able to get back up and be successful. Like, I did have a live account, I did trade crypto, I did make money on that. You know, when crypto crashed, I should have pulled out way faster than I did, but it showed that the money was there to be made.
It's possible.
It is possible. So when he hit me up with this Nova funding, I haven't even looked at a chart in like a year plus when he hit me up about this. And I was like, you know what? I was like, it's funny that you hit me up right now when I'm like, I got the itch to do it again. Like, I want to do it again. I want to give it another shot. And this time, I put all my faith in Mike. I was like, I trust me, but I trust him too. So I'm gonna rock with him. I'm gonna follow his steps. And we got funded in less than a week, bro.
6-7 days.
That was the best part about it. Like, he hit me up. Monday, we opened up the challenge. By Tuesday, done. Got a funded account, and I'm like, okay, what's next? Now we're gonna play it a lot better than last time. You know, I'm not gonna be as aggressive, even though that's my tendency. I like to do aggressive trades, but I'm all about slow and steady wins the race, man. You got to build up your capital, and Mike has the tools for you to succeed. Like, he has the tools for you to use and know that you're gonna make money. And it's one of the things that I wish 3 years ago when I started doing this journey, I wasn't as big-headed and I didn't have that ego with me, and I could have swallowed my pride and been like, all right, Mike, I'm just gonna follow your way. Now it's like totally different. You know, like we were talking about earlier, like, I got a family on the way. You know, I'm not doing this for me anymore. It's not even to prove anything for me. I'm doing this so I can give my wife to be and my little one just endless possibilities. And that's what this is, right? This creates endless possibilities for you, because you see the money, you're able to know that, like, okay, we did this. Now what? What can I do with this? You can use the money for whatever you want to use it. You can continue trading if this is your passion. And, you know, once you get a little bit of success, once that funding account hits you, bro, you don't want to do anything else. You're like, all right, I got this money. Now let's make more money. And that's what it's about right now. Just take the opportunity that's there and grow with it.
I love that, man. But as you can see, man, this, like you said, you put it towards something you're passionate about.
Sure.
So you tell them about your ethnicity and whatnot. Like, you actually what?
I'm Dominican.
Okay.
I mean, that's my nationality. But I'm considered Afro-Latino. A little bit of both. But man, I've been in the States, like 28, 29 years. I immigrated here when I was 4 years old. So I came to Chicago when I was 4. My mom and my stepdad, they opened up a Dominican restaurant in Chicago. And I grew up with a big family. I have a big family. On my dad's side, he's one of 14, and my mom is one of 12. So I have a big family, and I can see that there's, like, you know, every family has different dynamics, but, you know, you can break down, if you have a big family, you know, some are really successful.
Yeah.
Some might be struggling, some are in the middle, and you can see, like, life going through everybody. You can see, like, through their experiences, and it's something that I want to be able to use this funded account, and this is what I'm doing. I want to create a life where I can allow my children to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say, hey, you know, follow your passion, follow what you want to do, and know that you can fall and you're going to get back up. And like I feel like it's not, well, I don't want to say the rat race, but, you know, you want to, exactly, you want to do this American dream that everybody thinks is the greatest thing ever, right? But at the same time, it's like, no, it's not even that. Like, I want to be able to tell my kid, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a lawyer, you can do whatever you want to do and know that I got your back and I'm going to support you in whatever you want to do. So I think with this, once you have that bag, right, to help you think that way, it makes everything a little bit easier. More money, more problems, but hey, more solutions.
That's facts. And more options.
More options, yeah.
That's what it's really about, more options.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like I say, it's crazy. I'm just, as you're talking, I'm just thinking about, I'm going back. My mind is going back to when he first joined us and when we first had our in-person class, all that stuff. Because like you say, to me, it was success in my eyes, because, you know, it's a growing point for me. And, you know, looking at these people, because he didn't, like you say, I remember you actually saying that, like you say, he was in GameStop, and I forgot his name, that worked with us as well. He was actually doing the trade before, or invested in the Bitcoin thing at that time.
Yeah.
So I do remember you saying that, but yeah, that's crazy. But I want to ask you, just bringing it back once again, man. I mean, how can I put this? Back in the day when we was had the Wednesday every Wednesday meetings.
Yeah.
What else did we have? Wednesday meetings, the 120 live trading.
Yeah, the live trading. I had the most fun when we did the live
I
trading.
did too. I missed that, man.
Yeah, the live I remember that one Friday.
Nate passed.
And we were all doing. We were watching Nate the Great smash
Shout
on
out
a
to Nate,
Friday, man. He's killed that US 30, and that was live. That was my favorite part of that. I mean, the Wednesday training was good because you're learning everything,
And you get on the
and exactly. And you hear from everybody else, and you see like everybody else's idea. But whenever we did a live session, that's when I had the most fun. And like, when you make the most money, you have so many different eyes looking at it. You can hear it live, right? The perspective of you or Mike, of Nate, and like you can tell, okay, my entry is solid. Everybody's riding the same way. They're like, no, I gotta move it here. I gotta do this. When we did it live, I felt more comfortable. Like I'm like, man, there's no way I'm gonna lose because it's just not me, right? It's just not me and my exactly. You have more confirmation, you have more people looking out for you. So you can get out of a bad trade if you know that you're in a bad trade.
So now that you say that, would you say if we would have kept that strong camaraderie and everything, would you say would you think you would have fell out of trading like you've done, or you?
No, I fell out of trading because like I lost money. It's as real as that. It's as simple as that. Like you make money and you lose money here. I was in a bad trade. I was in a long trade, and I made good money with it. I didn't cash out soon enough. So when the pullback hit, it smacked me so much.
So let's talk about this because we like to be transparent.
Yeah.
I know you don't mind that. That's like I said, for the next person out here may have the same experience. Go back and talk about the Bitcoin trade you was in and how big you was up. And then I also want you to also talk about when the pullback and those numbers. Talk about that. Because then somebody can learn from that.
Yeah, so I remember every Wednesday we had our little our training session, everybody. Whenever I got to speak, my chart was the Bitcoin chart.
Yeah.
And I had it marked up, and I had all my lines. I had everything straight, man. I had everything really good, and it made sense to me. And I wrote a trade. And I was in profit like about 25K, close to 25. It was like 24 something.
It's on the what? Live account?
It was on my live account. I got it up there, and I was low key because
I know you was. I said don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Mike from the beginning called me Bitcoin Ked, so I made it a point to like I'm gonna smack Bitcoin. So I was up 24 something live.
You should videotape that shit or something. You got videos of it or something?
No, I didn't. I was on it, bro. I was on it. I was checking it. My chart was nice, looking nice, and I remember exactly the turning point of when all that like came crashing down on me, right? So I was up 24, and Bitcoin had just hit, I think it was 61 or 62K. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, I should cash out. But everything that I was reading at the time, everything that was going on with Bitcoin was like, that's gonna keep going, it's gonna skyrocket. And it did, because like the very next bull rush, got it all the way up to like 68. And that was as high as it went. When it got to 68, it just did one of these, and it went down back to like 60, then it went down to 58. And as I see it go down, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking at it, and in my chart, I'm like, this is the pullback. This is Bitcoin correcting itself. We're gonna have, I'm assuming, right, going on everything that I marked up, you have the pullback down, it's gonna go back up, get you the double top. So I'm like, if it goes back up, I'm cashing out. It didn't go back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kept going, and when I got to 40K, I was like, I should definitely cash out now. But I was so much in the positive that I was like, no, I can withstand the drop.
Did you trail or any?
Or the stop loss, trail my stop loss? No. And I even that was the mistake. I never it's not I never trailed the stop loss. My thing is I was always trying to hit a home run.
Yeah.
Instead of being cool with the single here, the double here, I was always trying to hit a home run. So I didn't trail my stop loss on that.
I always tell y'all to do that.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm saying, like, I wish I would have just done exactly what Mike said, and that profit would have been secure. Instead, I'm over here holding on to this trade as it's going down. And when it came, it came down so fast that by the time I withdrew and I got out of the trade, it went from 24K to just over $3,000. And I pulled out on that, got the 3K, and I was like, okay, you know what?
Take me a little break, huh?
I'm gonna take a break. And that's what I did. Like, I took a break because when you're making that money, when you're seeing the money, and you're like, just thinking about, oh my God, like I'm up 20 plus stacks on this. Like, this ain't gonna stop. This ain't gonna stop. I'm just glad that at the time I didn't have multiple positions, because that would have really like did it in for me. I was able to at least withdraw some of the money, but after that, like, yeah, I took a break, and this time I'm not swinging for the fences.
Yeah, I was about to say, man,
I'm not swinging for the fences.
Yeah, man, like I say, man, it's good that you took a break and you came back, and I'm glad you are back, because like you said, you literally named 2 or freaking 3 mistakes that you can clearly correct right now and just go run it up again. So it's like, dude, like, but yeah, man, I'm glad that you was able to tell that story, because like I want somebody else to be able to, I'm pretty sure we're not the only people.
We're not the only people, man.
I've done that before.
I think when you get into the trading, when you're doing trading, you have to be able to be okay with, you're gonna take an L here or there. You know that not every trade is gonna be successful. Like, you have to have that mindset, because one of the worst things that you can do, let's say you're having a bad streak, you make a couple trades that aren't successful, and this is speaking from experience. One of the worst things that you could do is let that affect you to the point that it discourages you, and you question yourself whether you can do this or not. And that's happened to me, because I've had that with that Bitcoin incident happen. I've had a live account that I lost as well. I didn't have that much money on it. I think I had like a stack on that one, and I lost that one. I had another account where I had 3K, and I lost that one. So, and it's all swinging for the fences. Me trying to get 15K in 15 minutes, like me going in so hard. And these are mistakes that I as I was making them, I was like, I know I shouldn't have done that. But it's like, it's so difficult to, I guess one of the things that you gotta learn when you are trading is like to control that impulse, right? Yeah. It's a lot has to do with psychology, and you have to like be aware. You're in a trade, you set your stop loss and you take profits. Don't watch it. If you're watching it, you're gonna overthink. You're gonna think, oh man, you know what? Let me cash out here. Let me put another trade. No. You do your analysis. You mark it up. You put your stop loss. You put your take profit, and let it happen.
Set it and forget, baby.
Set it and forget it. Let it happen. And then if you are in profit, which is what I'm gonna do now, because I didn't do it with the Bitcoin, you gotta trail your stop loss. Make sure you take some profit, because as long as you're taking in some profit, you're still playing, and that home run will come.
Right about that. That's facts.
That's it, man.
So
no, we good now with this. We good now. I'm like, hey,
I love your energy, man.
Hey,
I'm loving it, man. Hey, so speaking about that, you've been able to see both sides though. You've come in the game, manual trading, and now you've been able to see it. I've been showing you guys the software side, but I've always said that I don't want to handicap people. I don't mind giving and showing. I told you that, but I didn't want to just like, oh, here's software. Like, no, I want you to learn how to do this first. So that's my whole thing. But I've done that, as you can see. But now that you got to experience the software thing with the prop firms, so you're combining the two, as you can see. We're combining prop firms and software, and you're running the fucking back up.
Running it up. Like,
what's been your experience and how you, like, it's only been 10 days, bro?
It's only been 10 days, and with the software, I have so much confidence. Like, in terms of, like, I know that the money's gonna come. Like, I see it day in and day out. Like, this software works, bro. It works. It makes you your money. And even if you're a novice, even if you're like, maybe you just want to do this to get extra cash, you don't really want to learn the trading aspect of it, okay? Use the software. Let it do the work for you. I'm glad it happened to me how it happened to me. I'm glad that I was able to manually trade. I was able to do things like my way. And I can see that, like, okay, those mistakes that I was making, the software takes that. The software takes the second guessing away, right? It takes the emotion away from trading, and that's it right there. The emotional part of trading is what you need to eliminate. Look at the numbers, look at your strategy, have faith in it, and let it do its thing. You're not gonna win 90% of the time. Okay, that's cool, but your W's are gonna be greater than your L's. And with the software, I feel like it does that for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to win 60 to 70% of your trade using this software and consistently rack up a stack a week, maybe even if it's 500 a week, you're in profit consistently. That's the thing that you want the most. Build your money up, and if you want to take the money in your own account and you want to swing for the fences, go ahead and do it too. But let the software get your money first. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I told you, we started on a Monday, and by the following Tuesday, we were done, ready for the funded to begin. That's how fast it did its thing. It made 10K in 3 days.
I think the verification to get the certificate and all that took longer than
Yeah. It took longer than the actual passing of the challenge, but you gotta wait. You gotta be patient. But I'm enjoying this ride now. Like I have good people behind me. Mike has never wavered. Mike has always been on my corner.
I seen something in you, bro. I told you that. I seen something in you, big dog.
Mike has always been there, always had my back. Even when I didn't believe in myself, Mike still believed in me. Which is why I really appreciate the opportunity and you pulling me back, because I needed it, man. I needed it.
Yeah. Life getting away, as you can see. Life getting away, and we need people to pick us up, bro. We need people to, like, sometimes it's like, nah, focus on this shit. You know, and it's just like, I wish I had that. And I as you can see, I do that to people because I want for that. But yeah, man, I do that with everybody. But I was gonna ask about that too. Like, I built the 120 Academy around, as you can see, I built it around care and love and things like that, because, like, bro, it's the money and stuff like that come, but it's just like you want it to be longevity. I learned that from my grandma. Rome wasn't built overnight. So I thought about that, and I was like, okay, how can I build a brand? How can I only get myself money, but how can I get other people money and shit like that? So, it relates. You can see it, but that's how I built my brand and shit like that. And I want to keep that going, So that's why when I approached you, and I was like, man, don't worry about that money shit, man. Like, I want to show you this shit, show you the other side of it, and that's what it was all about, But yeah, I just want to ask, like, your overall experience with the whole, 120 Academy. Like, if there was any feedback you can give, like how we can improve or what we should bring back.
Man,
what is it?
Like I said earlier, personally, my favorite part of when we were doing the weekly sessions was the live trading. I really enjoy that because you're implementing everything that we talked about, and you're seeing it in real time, like, come to fruition, right? So, like, I really enjoy that part of it. Man,
what about the 120 behind the charts? Shout out to Nate, dog, for that name, 120 behind the charts. What about that? Like, the special guest we brought in, did you enjoy that?
The special guest, no, I did enjoy the special guest. Now, I know there was one time where the special guest was talking for like 5-6 hours and people were like falling asleep on the screen. No, that was really good because, Mike is incredible. So he brought these people that were experienced traders. Like,
multi-millionaires.
Exactly. People that, like, have millions of followers on YouTube to talk to us. We're like a group of 6 or 7, 8 at the time, and they're like breaking down everything. They're so knowledgeable, and you can learn so many things from them. And I thought that was one of the coolest things about it, because you're like, Mike is serious. Like, he's doing his due diligence. He's connecting with these people so that you can improve as a trader. And I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed our sessions with those people. They're very knowledgeable, so they knew what they were doing, right? 20 plus years.
And I know you probably like, what was her name? The one that did
the Bitcoin. Yo,
yeah, I know you love that one.
I did. Because she marked the charts, and I was like, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do exactly what she's doing, and then I ran it up. Now, hey, the loss is my fault. It's not her fault. That's my fault, my mistake. But she marked that up perfectly. And no, it was really good. That was great. The behind the charts, the live trading was great. The weekly Wednesday training, that was great too. There was a couple that I couldn't make because at the time, and I was working late, so I couldn't make it at the specific time. But I feel like those three things were like, they really get you motivated. Those are the top things. My favorite by far was the live trading, and then the special guest, because the training sessions on Wednesday, you provided that for us already. Like, we can do that. You can self-pace yourself. Exactly. You can teach yourself all those things. And, like, No, it was really good. It was really good, and there was tons of resources. Like whenever you had a question, there was a slide for it. There was already an explanation, a video for it, and it was. And I remember, I'm like, man, I think I pissed Mike off because I'd be asking these stupid ass questions that were already on the video answered, and I know like, Mike, how do you do this? And he's like, well, if you watch the video, you can see that I already did that. I was like, you're right. And that was just one of those things where I was so comfortable with you, where I was like, nah, yo, if I have any questions, I'm just gonna ask it.
Yeah, you got access, you know.
And I had the answer. I had the answers all the time already there. So,
and that's another thing too, though. I mean, I know you haven't participated. I don't know. But that's another thing too, though. Like a lot of people online, I can say they participate in a lot of forex, stuff like that, communities. This is not what this is.
It's not.
It's more than that. But like a lot of people do that. What I want to say is that they'll do that and they don't have access to people like me of my stature. I'm not trying to say I'm famous. I'm humble. I'm not saying I got anything. But I'm just saying when you have this much experience or whatever the fuck, people tend to, you can attest. But I'm not like that, as you can see. I'm very fucking accessible.
You are accessible.
So that's one thing that makes us different.
That is true. I don't have like a Telegram group of forex traders.
Get the Telegram, get your mic.
Right? Like I don't have to do any of that. Like it's not even about that. Yeah, I do have his number. I've always had his number.
Yep.
But no, with us, with the 120, like it was just different. It was just a different vibe. Everything that we needed was in our little profile in our dashboard. All the videos were there. Everything that we needed to be better traders were there. And like I said, we implemented it live when we had the special guest. Everything gave you like a family vibe as opposed to being just another number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're all there trying to do what you gotta get done.
And I like that because you're right. Like I've seen like I've been on YouTube, seen other people like how they teach things, how they do things. I've watched videos before, but it was never the same. It was never the same. It's maybe because I didn't know them. Maybe because I was like, yeah, me and Mike go way back. We work together. Like I can text Mike a question that he already knows that I should know, but it don't matter. No, that was good. I like that. But now we back. I mean, I got a funded account. We got 100K. And we're gonna run it up.
He's 100K
with the
richer.
software. Look,
I need to get that software.
we're gonna implement that smart money concept and let it do its thing, man. Let it do its thing.
All right, we got 2 more questions. We're gonna finish this thing off and we're gonna give a tour around the Canvasback Mansion. So if you have any tips out there for anybody that experienced the things you experienced on this journey that can help them prevent those same mistakes, what would it be? Your top 3 tips.
Okay, top 3. I'll give you the first one, and this is something that I read this when I first started my journey, and it said that 1% of people that start trading will still be trading within 12 months. And think about that. 1 out of 10 people that start trading will still be trading in a year. That goes to show that like this is something that you have to want to do. You have to know and accept this isn't gonna be all games and fun all the time. Like you're gonna have to work on yourself mentally. You're gonna have to check your emotions. You're gonna have to sacrifice because you know that you're gonna be a statistic if you don't succeed. But if you do succeed, there's not gonna be that many like you. You're gonna be different. There's something about you. So I think mastering yourself will go a long way. The other tip that I got, tip number 2, get you a Mr. 120 dreamer. Get you a mentor, somebody that's not gonna let you fail. Not even that, somebody that's gonna care enough to be able to listen to whatever you're going through and help you build you up when you do fall. You need somebody that's already been there, done that. I think that's the best thing that you can do, and that goes with anything that you do in life. You need a mentor because they will help you. They're genuine people. They will help you. So get you somebody that's already experienced in Forex or in trading, whatever the case may be. Get you a mentor and rock with them. And you can go far like that. Right. And then the third one is, work I already said work on yourself, but when you get to the part where you feel comfortable, don't think you know everything. Always leave yourself room to grow and to accept help, right? Always.
Student of the game.
Exactly. You're always learning. Things are coming out left and right that can improve traders. Be adaptable to those new technologies that are out there that's going to help you out. It's all about helping you out and making money. And when you get to that point, don't be scared. I saw it. I think, I don't know where I saw it. I'm pretty sure it was a clip on TikTok or something. It's like right when you feel like you're about to fall, that's the best time to jump.
Typical one.
Man, like believe that you can do it and go out there and do it. Get you a platform that allows you to get funded. Once you do that, the sky's the limit. It's all on you now, right? You get your 100K, it's all on you. Keep making that money. That's all I got.
All right, one last question. What do you see yourself in 5 years from now? 5 years from now, what do you see yourself?
Well, 5 years from now, I'm picturing myself with minimum 2 kids and me and my wife having a property back in the Dominican Republic, and I see myself flying in and out of the United States and DR. Yeah, I want to go back to my little island. I want to go back home. I want to build over there. This football field, I don't know if y'all gonna see it, but this football field that I'm sitting at right now, I want that back home. I want that. I see myself still doing this. I see myself with my family and being able to give them a life where they can make the mistakes and not worry about things. That's what I see.
I like that, man, because you was very specific, and that's what manifestation is all about. When you're writing it down, being very specific, it tends to happen a lot quicker. And I attest that to my grandma, man. Shout out to Lucille, man. It's the house, she manifests. I tell people all the time, she wrote it down. She used to tell us the story all the time, like just what you said. She was very fucking specific. She's very specific. And when you're like that, and I've learned that, it happens very quick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen overnight, but it definitely, you'll see the change. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you coming out to my concert, man. And
no problem.
It's been well overdue, as you can see.
Well overdue.
And I definitely wanted to get a success story on film because it's my guy from day one, as you can see. And I want y'all to meet Bitcoin Ked before he blow up. And